One sunny day, childhood friends Deidre, Charlotte, and Heather arrive at Heather's father's desert rest house. Deidre asks what time the meteor shower will happen, and Heather says it starts at 10 p.m. Deidre gets excited, thinking the place will be perfect for photos and lots of likes. She even starts a live stream, introducing Heather, who loves spirituality, and Charlotte, who is shy. Later, they relax by the pool. Charlotte says she really needed a break from her pet store job to spend time with them. Deidre checks her dating app, but finds there aren't many options nearby. That night, while Heather and Charlotte enjoy the meteor shower, Deidre complains about having no signal and not being able to stream it. Afterward, they drink by the pool and talk about their childhood. Heather and Charlotte joke about how mean Deidre used to be. Suddenly, something crashes into the pool. It leaks a dark liquid, and Heather panics, telling them to get it out. They wonder if it's a meteor, but it smells bad. Deidre thinks it might be frozen waste from a plane. Charlotte disagrees, saying she saw a face and thinks it might be an animal, like an armadillo. Deidre tries to take photos, but can't because there's no signal. Later, Charlotte checks an encyclopedia and realizes it doesn't look like an armadillo at all. Heather wants to get rid of it quickly. When she checks her phone, it starts malfunctioning. Charlotte suggests burying it, but Heather insists they need to get rid of it. Eventually, Deidre takes Heather to rest and warns Charlotte not to go near the object in case it's dangerous. Before bed, Charlotte looks at it one more time. The next morning, Heather apologizes for how she acted. Charlotte understands since it's her father's house. At breakfast, Deidre's phone stops working, so they check Charlotte's phone, but it also breaks. She guesses the meteor shower caused a magnetic storm that blocked signals. Deidre gets frustrated, worried about not posting online. Charlotte reminds them about the object. When they check the pool, it's gone, leaving a trail of black liquid like it crawled away. Before following it, Deidre grabs a war club from the house for protection. They soon find the creature lying in the yard. Charlotte wonders why it no longer has a shell, and Heather notices the smell is even worse. Just as Deidre is about to poke it with a club, a groundskeeper named Brett suddenly appears and introduces himself, startling them. Deidre convinces Heather to ask Brett to help get rid of the creature, but he says he's only there to take care of the plants and they should call someone else. The women explain their phones don't work and offer to pay him. They offer $150 and even promise to send him photos later, but he doesn't believe them and starts to leave. They ask what else he wants, and Brett says there's one thing they can do. Later, a reluctant Charlotte agrees to kiss him in exchange for his help. After the kiss, Brett goes to deal with the creature. While he's outside, the women gather their money to pay him, with Heather covering Charlotte's share. Meanwhile, Brett struggles to move the creature onto a tarp, surprised by how heavy it is. He kicks it, but it suddenly lets out a strange, terrifying scream. Frightened, Brett runs away. The women hear the noise and rush outside. They see the creature moving and writhing in pain. Some of them think they should put it out of its misery, but Charlotte argues they shouldn't act without knowing what it is. Unable to decide, they drag the creature into a shaded area and leave it a bowl of water. Even with all three of them, it takes a lot of effort to move it. As they head back inside, the creature suddenly sits up and stares at them. Later, they finally start their photo shoot for Deidre's makeup brand. While Charlotte relaxes by dipping her feet in the pool, she watches Deidre and Heather laughing and drinking margaritas on the lounge chairs. That night, Charlotte wakes up to the creature crying loudly outside. She goes to check on it and sees it wailing nonstop. Worried, she wakes Heather, but Heather just gets annoyed and tells her to go back to sleep. Feeling sorry for it, Charlotte brings the creature inside, noticing it's much lighter now. She gives it Deidre's protein shake from the fridge. The next morning, Deidre opens the fridge for her drink, but hears crying from the living room. She finds the creature wrapped in a towel with her empty bottle beside it. Angry, she wakes the others and demands to know why it's inside. Heather tells Charlotte to take it out, but when Charlotte tries, the creature screams and digs its claws into the rug. Frustrated, Deidre orders Charlotte to go to town, find someone to handle the animal, and fix their phones. She goes back to bed, saying she wants it gone when she wakes up. Heather suggests they take her father's buggy to visit their neighbor, Edna, and ask for help getting to town. While they're gone, Deidre can't sleep because of the creature's constant crying. She decides to poison it, but when she gets close, its milky white eyes seem to hypnotize her. She drops the glass, and it shatters. At Edna's house, no one answers the door, but it's unlocked, so they go inside. They see telescopes and radios everywhere. Heather checks the phone line, but it's not working. She leaves a note for Edna. Charlotte finds Edna's journal and notices the meteor shower date is marked, but Heather brushes it off as possibly her birthday. When they return, they tell Deidre what happened, but she reacts strangely calm, unlike earlier. Inside, Charlotte tries to help by cooking and cleaning, still feeling guilty for bringing the creature in. Meanwhile, Deidre floats in the pool, staring blankly with an unsettling expression. At lunch, Deidre quickly eats all her pasta, which confuses her friends. Afterward, she asks if they want to join her for a workout, but Heather refuses, saying it's too hot. Later, Heather and Charlotte watch as Deidre keeps exercising nonstop, and Heather worries she might be losing it. As the creature's smell gets worse, Charlotte suggests giving it a bath. As the sun sets, Deidre is still working out. That night, Heather wakes up to a strange pulsing sound from the living room. When she goes to check, she is horrified to see Deidre trapped inside a red, fleshy mass connected to the creature. Before she can scream, the creature hypnotizes her. Under its control, she removes her clothes and joins Deidre inside. In her trance, Heather sees a vision of space, like something traveling through the cosmos. She then sees Deidre moving with a strange, unclear figure. Moments later, she takes Deidre's hand, and both of them are wrapped in red tendrils. The next morning, Charlotte finds her phone still not working. When she checks the living room, the creature is gone. Her friends, now relaxing by the pool, tell her they moved it to Deidre's room. Confused by their sudden calmness, Charlotte goes to look and finds the creature lying on the bed. Back outside, Charlotte asks why they aren't trying to return to town, especially since they have work the next day. When they don't help, she decides to go to their neighbor Edna's house to look for car keys. At Edna's house, no one answers, so Charlotte goes inside and searches for the keys. Instead, she finds papers with formulas, coordinates, and a drawing of the creature. Then she notices sunlight coming through a hole in the wall. Outside, she discovers Edna's dead body. She appears to have taken her own life. Back at the house, Deidre is screaming in the pool while Heather is calmly eating raw eggs in the kitchen. Charlotte tells them about Edna and the drawing, but they react without emotion. They say they'll just wait for the phone signal to return. Worried, Charlotte goes to confront the creature in the bedroom. It tries to hypnotize her too, and red tendrils begin reaching toward her. But at the last moment, she manages to break free and escape the room. Charlotte runs back to the pool and tells her friends they need to call the police. She believes the creature is an alien. But instead of panicking, Deidre suggests calling a lawyer so they can profit from it. Heather agrees, talking about splitting the money. Charlotte insists the creature is dangerous and that Edna knew about it, which is why she took her own life. Deidre angrily blames Charlotte for ruining a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Suddenly, Heather points out that Deidre's stomach is swelling. Deidre panics, but then sees Heather's stomach growing too. Terrified, Deidre blames Charlotte for bringing the creature inside. Moments later, black liquid starts pouring from their eyes and mouths. As they collapse in pain, they beg Charlotte for help. Believing the only way to save them is to kill the creature, Charlotte runs to the bedroom. But her friends, now controlled by the alien, follow her. Deidre knocks Charlotte out by slamming her head into the wall. When Charlotte wakes up, she demands to know why the creature is doing this. It shows her a vision of its species' plan, to use human women to carry their offspring and take over Earth. Determined to stop it, Charlotte grabs a war club and beats the creature to death. She then takes the buggy to find her friends. Soon, she sees Heather stumbling on the road and runs her over. To end her suffering, Charlotte kills her. She goes after Deidre next, but the buggy runs out of gas, so she continues on foot. When she catches up, Deidre attacks her. During the fight, a man in a pickup truck sees them. Charlotte knocks Deidre down, but before she can finish it, the man shoots Charlotte, thinking she's attacking an innocent person. The man takes Deidre to his truck to bring her to the hospital. After a while, Charlotte wakes up, injured but alive. She follows the truck and finds the man dead beside it. She takes his rifle and goes behind the vehicle. There, she sees Deidre half transformed into a grotesque creature, her body carrying the alien offspring. Heartbroken, Charlotte apologizes and shoots her to end her suffering. Just when she thinks it's over, Charlotte looks up and sees hundreds of meteor-like objects heading toward Earth.
And that's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. Comment down below what movies do you like us to recap next. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.